Set up here, pretty simple. Got some options here too. How we want to cover this, we don't cover this last. It's above the angle, pretty steady. So we may not get quite the angle of I think it's a seniors. Yep. So that's it. I'm gonna voice off. Thank the sponsors. One time in the beginning, you can see the logo is rotating on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Those are our gold sponsors as well. Thank you, sponsors, for making this feature possible. Lower right, give butter QR code. So many of you are graciously giving this year. Thank you so much for your contributions. Not only keep Saints TV free to watch, for those who are unable to cheer from the stands in this case, free to watch on graduation day. Scan that code. Contribute 100% of proceeds directly back into the same industry. And with that, Panel Genius, I'm going to sign this voice off and just kind of let you participate as if you're here in the amazing. Graduation 2025. Congratulations. Can you look over there?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to welcome you to St. Ansgar High School's 126th commencement exercises. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to thank some people who have helped make this day possible. our maintenance and custodial staff for their extra work in preparing the building and grounds for our ceremony today, Mrs. Mueller and the members of our choir for performing today, Mrs. Brinkman for guiding our seniors through all of the celebrations, disappointments, fear, and excitement leading up to graduation and making sure that they were all ready to go today, Mrs. Peterson and Mrs. Cook for their superior organizational skills and seemingly limitless patience for keeping our seniors and me organized today, our faculty and staff who have worked with these young adults for the past 13 years to prepare them for this moment, our senior parents and community for all their support that you've shown the graduates along their journey, and finally our graduates. On the day that I accepted the position of the middle school and high school principal, I received a phone call from Mrs. Baldus, who told me how much I would enjoy the senior class, and she was spot on. This group will hold a special place in my heart for being my first graduating class here at St. Ansgar, but also for their leadership and the way that they have impacted our school and community. I wish you all nothing but the best as you move on to the next adventure of your lives. I would now like to direct your attention to the back of the gym, where Joe Clevenger and Chelsea Brum will present the members of the class of 2025 to the faculty, administration, and board members as candidates for graduation. I invite everyone to stand as the class begins the processional, and to please remain standing, gentlemen removing your hats, and enjoying the singing of our national anthem performed by Junior St. Sophia Squire. At the conclusion of the national anthem, Abby Muller will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Now I will direct your attention to the flag in front of the stage. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as Junior Saint Sophia Squire will lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. Or as Clem says, all right, you bunch of yahoos. Welcome to the class of 2025 graduation ceremony. Today we stand together at the crossroads of past accomplishments and future possibilities. To the various teachers and faculty members, thank you for putting in hours each day to get us to where we are today. Like Mr. Nielsen says, much love. Thank you, staff, for showing up each day and giving us much love. Thank you for including us in the St. Ansgar High School family. Like Squire says, the only constant in life is change. And because of you all, we can sit here today truly knowing that we are ready for any challenge or change that comes our way. And using all you've taught us, we will embrace it. To our family and friends, thank you for loving us, supporting us, and believing in us. You saw us through some of the highest and lowest of times, and I can certainly say that we would not be here today without all of you. To our coaches, thank you for the countless hours of service you put in for us. Like Clev says, do your job. Each practice, you push us to be the best versions of ourselves and have therefore left a life-lasting impact on us. Thank you for all the life lessons you've taught, and I hope you know that they will forever stay with all of us. As Mr. S says, be where your feet are right now. Thank you all for helping us embrace every moment in the activities, both the highs and the lows, and for being content where we are right now. Time truly does go by fast. Enjoy it. Thank you, coaches, for helping us enjoy it. 4 years ago, we walked into high school unsure of ourselves, unsure of what these halls would teach us. We faced late nights of studying, moments of doubt, and challenges that really tested everything we thought we knew. But we made it. Every struggle, every lesson, every memory, we carry them with us today. And now, as we close this chapter, the future stands before us, wide open and waiting. Some of us have a plan. Some of us have no idea what comes next, but both are okay to feel. No matter where life takes us, no matter how many twists and turns there are, we are ready. Don't forget the Mrs. S-ism, factor out, factor down. Challenges aren't always that deep, so don't overcomplicate them, because the fix can really be as easy as factoring out and factoring down. Some of you may have noticed the sporadic quotes from the staff members throughout my speech, so I would like to share some of their lasting words. "It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice," said by Mr. Urich. "If you have the choice between anger and empathy, always choose empathy. And grace costs nothing," said by Mrs. Brinkman. "Good luck, have fun," said by Mrs. Brum. "Your track record for getting through the hard days is 100%. Keep going, you're doing way better than you think," Mrs. Nelson. "It has truly been a blessing to go through these past 12 years with you all, and I wish you all nothing but the best in your future endeavors. When you leave these doors, leave these school grounds for the last time today, and go on your day, remember, make it your mission to let the world know who you are. Let it be known that you're a fighter, let it be known that you are a leader, and let it be known that you are a part of the class of 2025 at St. Ansgar High School. Always remember where you came from, but never lose sight of where you're going. Once a saint, always a saint. Now go be great," said by Mr. S. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. I would now like to invite Desi Ague and Kenzie Peterson to the podium. Desi and Kenzie are both members of the class of 2025 and will be speaking on behalf of their class today.
Hi, everyone. Everyone paints a picture of high school in their minds before they set foot in the chaos of freshman year. But no image we create is realistic. High school is learning, surviving, finding ourselves, and growing. It's also picking a lunch table, getting assignments in on time, or for our grade, only like a day after they're due, laughing with and sometimes at the teachers, winning homecoming 3 times, and dragging ourselves out of bed way too early. For our athletes, it's constant practice, lifting, and commitment. It's sore muscles and small aches every day, but it's also trophies and awards because of the hard work. For our drama and music kids, it's time spent in practice rooms, performances, concerts, and practices that work around everything else, but their performances are always impressive. For our workers, it's a work ethic developed young, heading from school to their shift, getting home late, and doing it all again the next day. As a grade, we model resilience, whether we are talking about COVID, car accidents, comp finals, the loss of some great people, or the tragic TikTok and caffeine bans. We persevered through it all. It's evident, looking at our grade, that not one of us is the same. Some of us are walking into the world modeling integrity and honesty. Others modeling things like hard work, discipline, kindness, compassion, empathy, responsibility, and so much more. My advice to my class, don't be anything you're not. We each have something to give, so give it to your best ability and don't let anyone stop you. Thank you.
Before I begin, let me start by saying I promise this won't be as long as our math homework. Now, I need to warn you that the speech could have been way better, but I had to use Microsoft Copilot instead of ChatGPT because Mr. Urich blocked it on our computers. I spent most of my final days in class searching TikTok for the best graduation speeches. I've come to the conclusion none of these speeches will define my class the way I want them to. They don't come close to describing the kindness of Brian Nunez, the perseverance and strength of Kaylee Horgan, and the incredible work ethic and humility of Mariah Michaels. Today, we celebrate years of hard work, endurance, and sleep deprivation. We used to be able to fight no sleep with caffeine, but Urich took that away from us too. We have experienced many hard assignments, games, and tests. I don't even want to mention the government tests we had to take to get here. But through all of these moments, we persevered. We took every challenge, every moment, we made them into memories we won't forget. The main thing I have learned through high school is that the best memories come from the little moments. Little moments like saying good morning to Megan every day at our lockers, or waiting for the clock to hit 12:09 in 15 seconds exactly so Clev can dismiss us for lunch and we can be first in line. Or begging Miss Nelson to let us dance to Rasputin even though the language is not in Spanish. Or falling asleep in Clev's class and waking up to him standing over you taking a picture. These memories are the ones that shaped our lives and left a big impact on who we have become. We have become leaders within our community. We are the kind faces that welcome everyone, but still hold ourselves and others accountable. We are the kids who are respectful to teachers and do their best work. We are the ones who care about others and care about how we represent ourselves, our school, and our community. We could not have done this without help along the way. I thank all the teachers, coaches, staff, parents, families, and friends. As 18-year-olds, we don't always do a good job of showing our appreciation, but we appreciate all you have done for us. You have been there every step of the way, guiding and motivating us through difficult times. Mr. York said that I have to give my class some advice, so I went to the biggest baddie I know, Miss Frizzle herself. Take chances, make mistakes, get messy. If there's one thing I have learned, it's that mistakes are what cause improvement. Take risks, make mistakes, and never stop improving. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenzie and Desi. One more bash and I would have had your diploma removed from the table there. Our next speaker is Mr. Luke Nielsen. Mr. Nielsen is a teacher and coach here at St. Ansgar Schools who would like to share some advice with the senior class today.
It's been my privilege to speak at our graduation for the last, I don't know how many years. In lieu of a traditional graduation speech, I'd like to share a little bit about each student who's about to cross the stage here today. You see, I'm lucky. I get to know all these fine young men and women. I get to work with many of them for years. I see them grow. To those of you here who may not know all of these graduates, I'm honored to introduce them to you today. Lucas Bentine. Benny's a gearhead. He's always tinkering, and I always enjoyed hearing about whatever modification he was making to his latest car or motorcycle or helmet or whatever. Dylan Brum. Dylan's a great example of a kid who wasn't completely sold on football when he started high school, but he stuck it out, put in the work, and became a standout player and leader. I also always like hearing Dylan tell funny stories about his dad making him work. It reminds me of my pops dragging me out to do similar stuff when I was growing up. Drew Carlson. Drew is a team player. He's always willing to fill whatever role is asked of him, whether it was running distance in track or playing multiple positions in football, jumping on the scout team to give a great look. Drew always put the team first. Michaela Casares. Michaela is kind and gentle. She's great with kids, and I'm glad she wants to work with our youngest students. Her big heart will give them the start they need, and she's going to positively impact a lot of lives. Zachary Eckwall. Zach is one of the most social guys you'll ever meet. He can talk to anybody, and he's always there to offer a smile and to cheer on everyone. He's kind to everyone, and he has an enthusiasm for everything he does. Ella Fay. Ella may not know this, but I relate to her in the sense that my family moved to St. Ansgar when I was in middle school, and the culture of this place became very important to me. Ella is a kid who moved into our district, and she often represents our student body when we have things like principal or superintendent interviews, because she represents the maturity and work ethic and kindness we expect from our saints. Also, I don't really know what Mr. S is going to do when Ella and Megan are done managing the baseball team, because I'm pretty sure they run the show. Lucan Knutson. Lucan, I always enjoyed our one-on-one conversations. Lucan has a sneaky, dry sense of humor. He would often throw out some funny little comment in class that would make me laugh. He turned into a strong runner in cross country and track, and I'm glad he wound up in St. Ansgar. Dylan Hansen. As a teacher, it's funny the journey you take with students sometimes. When Dylan first came into my class in 6th grade, I thought, this kid is either going to be pretty funny in high school or he's going to drive me nuts. I'm happy to say Dylan wound up with a quick wit and a great sense of humor. More than that, I had the privilege of working with Dylan a lot. He became a standout football player, thrower, and artist, and I was proud to work with him all the time. Josie Huggabug. A lot of times, students like Josie, who work jobs throughout high school, don't get enough recognition. But I'm very proud of her for always holding down a job, being a reliable worker. That's a big commodity these days. Maddie Harris. Maddie has a big heart. Whether she's working with the elementary students in her big sister class or making art projects for other people, she's always sharing her positive energy with others. Riker Hoffman. I haven't actually had class with Riker. He came to us in the middle of this year, but I admire the courage it takes to jump into a new environment during your senior year, and I respect Riker for taking that leap. Life takes a lot of leaps. Kaylee Horgan. Nobody's tougher than Kaylee. No matter the hardship, Kaylee manages to keep her humanity, her kindness for others, and her unconquerable spirit. We could all use more of that. Desi Igu. Whether she's just saying, "Hey, Nielsen," in the hallway, or having a great discussion in character and leadership class, or just getting along with everyone, Desi brings a positive attitude to everything she does. Don't be fooled, though. She's also really good at shooting guns. I mean, trap shooting, just to clarify. Josie Jewell. Josie's a leader on the softball field and in student council, where she often is the first to volunteer for an activity. She brings a lot of energy to the things she cares about, and she keeps things fun. Tyson Klein. Tyson is another team-first guy. I really enjoyed seeing him developed into a standout athlete and leader. I always think of will linebacker blitzes when I think of Tyson. That may not mean a lot to everybody else. That was Tyson's blitz. It was pretty effective for us. He'd come from the boundary side of the field, off the edge, hit the quarterback, and that little flex thing that he does. Lila Knowlton. Whether she's dreaming of the beach life or reminiscing about rom-coms from the late 90s and early 2000s, Lila's a romantic at heart. I'm going to miss her beach bum artwork and discussing the more and less realistic elements of those romantic comedies. We both like 10 Things I Hate About You. And if you're wondering, Lila can recite the entire speech from that movie. Fabiola. Fabby, I'll always remember Fabby giving me sass about almost everything we did in class, but then turning out some cool design that, like everything else she does, was completely her. Ellie Merton. Ellie was in my room a lot for art and in seminar. She's an exceptional artist. I'm going to miss her talents in class, but mostly I'm going to miss the funny stories about her family and her subtle sense of humor. Plus, if you need your ear pierced in a van in a Walmart parking lot, she's your gal. Mariah Michaels. Mariah's tough. I like that. I also like when Mariah's facial expressions match what I'm thinking. She has this signature glare when someone's being a little too soft or not working very hard or just saying something out of pocket in class. It's nice to look over, see Mariah's face, and think, yeah, I agree. Abby Muller. Abby greets everyone with her big smile and her bubbly personality. It doesn't matter if she's talking to a friend or a teacher, an underclassman. She gives everyone her undivided attention and her genuine kindness. Elizabeth Newman. I didn't get to work a lot with Elizabeth directly, but I always appreciated her enthusiasm for her passions and for life. Whether she was taking the leap to go on the German trip or being a cheerleader, she was bringing her energy and support to others. Ethan Nauer. Ethan always made me laugh. He's got this mellow sense of humor. He's a laid-back guy. He doesn't get too worked up about anything, and he'd always shoot me straight. even when he came back from basic training, which I really respect, and I asked him how it went, he said, "Not gonna lie, it was terrible." He made it though, and I'm awfully proud of him for that. Brian Nunez Rodriguez, from Puerto Rico to homecoming king in St. Ansgar, Iowa. Brian's genuine good nature connects with everyone. Plus, I'll always remember Brian teaching me about the coquille, which is a frog that is only native to Puerto Rico. Lottie Nyman. Lottie spent a lot of time in the art room, and I always think about her creativity. Lottie would come up with an idea and quietly toil away with paint or clay or plaster. Lottie has the courage to try new things and get to work. Mackenzie Offen. Mackenzie's a rodeo gal. I think that's cool. The time and dedication required, the relationship with the horses, plus she's got a cool sparkly helmet. Weston Paulson. Weston is a hardworking blue-collar guy. He's always tinkering with something. He set up the sound system for the football team quiet time, and he ran the setup off of like 6 car batteries. Also, and this is more for me than anything, I want to put this on the record. Weston played defensive end for me, and I believe that he was held more than any other player in the state. Not that I'm bitter about that or anything. Luke Peterson. Luke's one of those guys who doesn't take things too seriously, and that's a good thing. He's always having fun with his buddies in class. I mean, when he's here. I'm pretty sure Luke was piloting the 4-day school week and the rest of us didn't know about it. Seriously though, I always appreciated Luke filling any role that was asked of him in sports, working in the art room, and getting along with everyone. Kenzie Peterson. Kenzie's always been tough too. I got to see this at an early age when she'd come scrap with me at taekwondo classes. I got to see that continue as she became a gritty competitor in all of her high school sports. Amelia Porish. Amelia has a lot going on under the surface. She can see things from different angles. As much as any student I've had, Amelia has the ability to generate and develop unique ideas in the art room, even if her mom can't always see her vision. Plus, Amelia humors my random discussion topics about things like made-up band names or the specific ways AI will eventually take over the world, and I appreciate that. Jonathan Polito. It was great seeing Johnny come into St. Ansgar and become a real weight room guy. I love when people come to St. Ansgar, buy into what we do, and add to the culture. John worked his tail off and did exactly that. Megan Sauls. Megan is so great with kids. She works at We Saints Daycare and really connects with our youngest students. Whenever the elementary kids come to the high school for a pep rally or something like that, Megan's basically a celebrity. All the kids are shouting her name and trying to get her attention. Jay Schwesaw. Jay is a standout student and athlete. But what sticks with me most is how kindly he treats everyone around him. Whether it was taking time to talk to a younger athlete in the weight room or help out any underclassmen in school, Jace was a role model. I remember my wife marveling at how Jace, our starting quarterback, came home after a homecoming victory and made food for and played with all the kids over at the Schwesaw house. I said, that's just the kind of guy Jace is. Aubrey Sherrard. Aubrey's a talented dancer. She always worked in the weight room during her athletic career. She's a good student. But mostly I think of Aubrey as a football manager. Our football managers do a lot of work. Aubrey was a vital part of our football program, and more than that, she's been a great role model for my 5 daughters who spend a lot of time around the football field. Drew Shimmick. Drew's a blue-collar guy. Whether he's on the family farm or restoring his tractor, Drew likes to work. Plus, I enjoyed watching him just be a little too aggressive on the basketball court. Daniel Sutcliffe. When Dan first came to St. Ansgar, I thought, this guy's a little squirrely. But Dan was willing to work. He's a courageous runner. He gets out and goes. I'll always remember the first time Dan ran the 400 hurdles. Not much technique, but a whole lot of guts. Bree Tabbitt. Bree's a quiet leader in the best way. She works to be her best in school and in sports. She sets a great example. And I always think of Bree's creative art projects, like her giant purple crock. It was like 5 feet long. Talon Trenton. Talon is another student who turned out a lot of great stuff in the art room. Talon has her own style, her own way of looking at things. I always appreciated that. And I always enjoyed our conversations about life. Talon is another student who worked through school and really figured out her path, the path she was going to walk. Speaking of unique art projects, Sophie Urbach. Sophie painted a capybara in a smoker's jacket that just kind of hung around the back room of the art room for ages. Sophie was a football stat girl. I drive the school Suburban with the stat girls for road trips. And I'll always remember Sophie making her unpacking videos of the football sack lunches as we blasted Kendrick Lamar on the way to another game. Gus Walk. I remember training Taekwondo with Gus when he was young and seeing him develop athletically and keep working. He built himself into a standout baseball player. He's a true outdoorsman. Chloe Wright. I only had one class with Chloe. I remember her coming into that class doubting her creative abilities, but she worked and she asked questions and she made some cool stuff. Chloe has a creative mind, and now she gets to collect artwork with her tattoos. Briley Winia. Briley has the wonderful ability to keep things light and fun, even when she's laughing at herself for, I don't know, crashing through a hurdle and eating some track. She is a standout track athlete, by the way. Briley always did a great job in the weight room, and I was grateful to have her as a football manager as well, setting a great example for my daughters. These introductions are mere snapshots of the graduates who sit before us today, framed through only one man's perspective. You're all so much more than any of these memories. But I want you to leave this place knowing, no matter what, you have made an impact. You made an impact on the people here and on this place. And that's an important thing. As someone who's taught for a long time and has 6 of my own children, I can tell you most people will never remember the things you say. Pretty quickly, people forget the things you do. But I assure you, everyone you meet will remember the way you make them feel. Thank you for everything that you've done. I'm proud of you all. Much love always.
Thank you, Mr. Nielsen. I would now like to invite our high school choir members to come forward to perform Journey On. Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask Jace Suisa to please stand and be recognized as the class valedictorian. Jace has been involved in football, basketball, track, golf, baseball, student council, and National Honor Society. Jace's future plans are to attend Ellsworth Community College to major in engineering and play baseball. Please give Jace a round of applause. On Wednesday, May 7th, seniors were recognized for their many awards and accomplishments at our Senior Award Night. We are also proud to announce that we have 2 students who will be serving our country in the armed forces. Ethan Dowland has enlisted with the United States Army National Guard. He is unable to be here due to his National Guard service, but we would like to please recognize him and give him a round of applause at this time. Also, Amelia Porish will be attending the United States Air Force Academy. Please rise, Amelia, and be recognized. You may have noticed that some students are wearing gold cords today. These students have achieved a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or above. I would now ask those students who are wearing gold cords to please stand and be recognized. Members of the National Honor Society are wearing a blue and gold cord to represent their membership in this prestigious organization. Will the members of the National Honor Society please stand and be recognized? And graduating seniors that have earned their life-served Donors of Distinction recognition are wearing red cords. Would those 2 please stand and be recognized? At this time, Mr. Mike Crozier, our superintendent, will now present the senior class to the board.
Thank you, Trevor. Board members, families, and guests, by the authority vested in me, I hereby present to you the class of 2025. These students have met all the requirements set forth by the St. Ansgar Board of Education in the state of Iowa. They are therefore eligible to receive their diplomas, which is symbolic of this achievement. Thank you.
He's retiring in a few weeks, and so I can make this jab, but you guys notice that he had to put the glasses on? This font is huge. Before I ask the students to come forward to receive their diplomas, I ask that the audience please be respectful to each student and hold your applause until everyone has been announced. Each family deserves to be able to hear their name of their child read and recognized. Thank you. At this time, would the first row please rise and join me at the stage. Lucas Christopher Benty. Dylan Michael Brown. Drew Thomas Carlson. Michaela Rose Casares. Zachary Joe Eckwall. Ella Caitlin Fay. Lucan Avery Garcia Knutson. Dylan D. Hansen. Josie Jean Hugabat. Madison Elizabeth Harris. Riker J. Hoffman. Kaylee Jean Horgan. Desiree Marie Ague. Josie Madeline Jewell. Tyson Brash Klein. Lila May Knowlton. Fabiola Alejandra Medina Pagan. Aline Barbara Merton. Mariah Faith Michaels. Abby Mary Mueller. Elizabeth Brianne Newman. Ethan E. Nowlin. Brian Daniel Nunez Rodriguez. Lottie Delora Rose Knight. Mackenzie Joe Marie Offit. Weston Roger Paulson. Luke David Peterson. Kenzie Rose Peterson. Amelia Ruth Elizabeth Porish. Jonathan Walter Polito. Megan Jean Sauls. Jace Dale Schwiesock. Aubrey Jean Sherrard. Drew M. Shimmick. Daniel Scott Sutcliffe Jr. Bree Irene Tabor. Talon May Tritton. Sophia Marie Urbach. Gus William Walk. Chloe R. Wright. Briley Cassidy Winia. Congratulations to the class of 2025. At this time, I would like to invite Lila Knowlton, Senior Class Co-President, to come forward to share the closing remarks. Following the ceremony, I invite everyone to join us in congratulating the seniors in the receiving line outside of the high school gym entrance.
Hello everyone. Thank you for being here today to celebrate the class of 2025. We have been in the school for a good chunk of time, whether that be 13 years, 4 years, or maybe even the final quarter of senior year. But we were not just students here. We were survivors of awkward phases, group projects, and we were the artists of some great paintings and last-minute essays. We were warriors of sleep-deprived mornings. But we were also the ones who stayed when others left, who tried when no one looked. And maybe that's what really counts. It wasn't about being the best, it was about becoming someone we could be proud of. Now, on behalf of the class, I would like to thank our families, friends, siblings, teachers, and coaches who have helped us get here today. You have all been crucial in our growth process and deserve to be recognized for the time and effort you have put into our successes. I would also like to thank my classmates. It has been a joy growing up alongside you all, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Lastly, I encourage you all to have the time of your life. We will never be this young again, so go have fun and take risks. Make some amazing memories to look back on someday. Because this isn't the end of anything, it's the start of everything. Now, I ask my classmates to rise and turn your tassels. The rest is still unwritten, and always remember that tradition never graduates. Congratulations to the class of 2025. We did it.
Please join me in one final round of applause for our 2025 graduates.
Thanks a bunch for joining us. What a great
group of speeches is always missing. Good job, everybody. Congratulations.
Class of 2025. With that, we are getting a sign off. That's what we get. The clowns out there. We may as well let the clowns be clowns here. Students are making their way outside right now. Give a whole lot of hugs.
emotional congratulations. So head outside for those of you who are here. We'll see you out there. So that time of year. Congratulations, seniors, class of 20.